Hello, collective. I am Juanica, also known as Miss Astrology. And I know I have not seen you in a while. I have not posted content in a while. And I will be honest, life has been lifing. I've renovated and basically sold my home. Gone through a few health issues, nothing really major, but vertigo. Yeah, that is a thing and not nice. Switch careers. Really excited to be going back to school. I really feel like I have found the path to create the financial freedom that I have been chasing for years, it feels like. But hey, as long as I didn't give up, right? So that's been a big change. But one of the biggest changes that has happened that has kept me from posting content has been that I have been blocked and deleted from my Facebook of at least 15 years and my Instagram. The only Instagram I've ever had. I've not been able to get into either one of those platforms. And it's been so frustrating for me that I completely disconnected from social media or posting any content for a couple of months. However, I've missed you guys. I've missed sharing my astrological insight, and I realize I am some people's favorite astrologer. And this next 2 weeks offers a lot of energy, and I figured this is a great time to bring some insight, to bring some information, let you know what's been going on with me, and prepare you not only for the rest of August and going into our next cardinal season because fall will be approaching soon. Also to prepare us really for 2025 because that's when there's going to be some major changes and the universe and the planets are offering us energy to get in alignment, and some of that energy is going to be really turbulent and kind of shake us up. So I'm going to do this video in 3 parts just to kind of break it down and keep them smaller. The first video, this one, I'm going to talk about everyone's favorite astrological enemy, Mercury retrograde. We are already in Mercury retrograde, and so I figured this is a good time to talk about it more than any. Then look for a part 2 video of Mars and Jupiter conjunct in the sign of Gemini. This is something that only happens every couple of years, and Mars in Gemini and Jupiter, all of these can bring a lot of turbulence, a lot of fight. So that'll be to part 2, and then a third video, and I'm just going to do them back to back to back. We'll talk about the full moon that's coming up this weekend in the sign of Aquarius because it's all happening, honestly, this week. Today's August 14th. It's all happening this week. So let's start with Mercury retrograde. Mercury has been retrograde since August 5th and will stay there in a retrograde motion until August 27th. So basically all of August, Mercury will be retrograde. Now, Mercury starts off retrograde in the sign of Virgo. First, let's discuss the energy that Mercury brings. Mercury influences our thoughts, our communication, our perception, reading, our listening, like our learning skills, how we receive information, how we acclimate information into our daily lives. Mercury rules our day-to-day habits, our day-to-day travel, work routine, colleagues, commerce, like stopping at the same Starbucks every day. It rules our cars. It rules the highways that we go to in town on a daily basis. So Mercury can be disruptive when it's retrograde because it rules so much of what we do on a daily basis, right? However, what we should consider is what is it the planets are really trying to get us to do when Mercury is retrograde. Being that Mercury rules our thoughts and our communications and oftentimes things that we just start to blindly do, the universe is offering us an opportunity to slow down and think about what we have been thinking about, what we have been listening to, what we have been speaking on, what we have been just kind of allowing to become a habit for us on a day-to-day basis. Or it's like that, to wake up and be like, is this effectively still the best route to work? There's been changes done on the highway. Should I be taking a different route now instead of going this same way? Let me examine, since I think I know it all. It's like going to work and you know your way, so you don't use your GPS and you just take the same route to work every day. But if you would have checked in with your GPS, you would have realized that there's this road closure and detour that has got you, losing 20 minutes every day. But because because you thought you know everything and haven't checked back in, you've caused yourself like these extra delays. And so the universe is really offering us an opportunity to check in and say, have I really been speaking life into my life? Am I still listening to the things that are growing my mind, growing my body, growing my spirit in the direction that I really am trying to go to, specifically from the beginning of this year? Because we did start off 2024 with a nice, strong start. Like, all the planets were direct. We were just moving really good. So am I still there? Am I still speaking as that person and thinking as that person and reading as that person and associating myself on a day-to-day basis with that person or with those people? Have I lost contact with the people that I was associating with in the beginning of the year that were allowing me to grow and to allow me to evolve? Have I lost contact with those daily habits that I was really leaning into in the beginning of the year? Like, what do I need to get back to? Because I was really becoming proud of myself in the things that I was doing, and I was really feeling good about where I was in the beginning of the year. Am I where do I need to adjust and get back on path and like pivot and get back in alignment and get back into connection with? And so I really believe that the theme for Mercury retrograde from August 5th through August 27th is realigning and readjusting and reorganizing and releasing any habits that I've picked up, or any thinking or any speaking or any listening to that I've picked up along the way that have taken me off course of the person that I am proud to become, or was becoming, or that was on path, or whatever it is. And it's about pride. And I say that because Mercury is going to be in Virgo, and then Mercury is going to go into Leo. And Leo is very much a sign of pride, of creativity, of our inner child, of our creative expression, of our ego, which ruled by the sun. So this time with Mercury retrograde, really one part of this, and the main theme of Mercury retrograde and through August. And you're gonna have to put these 3 videos together, okay? Maybe I'll do a 4th video that's like a summary of all 3 of these energies this week. But the theme for Mercury retrograde in the sign of Virgo, then in Leo, is very much of getting back to the habits, getting back to the routines, getting back to the conversations with the people, getting back to the plan, getting back organized, releasing what is not working, and remembering that Virgo rules the bowels. And so the bowels literally are the part of your body that filters out, is this crap or is this worth nutrients and should be absorbed back into my body? Should this be released and let go of, or should this stay and continue to feed my well-being? And we know what to do, but some of us have just gotten off track, got distracted. Virgo is a mutable sign. Mercury is very much a mutable planet. It rules both Virgo and Gemini. These are signs that are just here and there and everywhere. It's easy to get off track. This is why Mercury retrogrades every 88 days, every 3 months or so that we can realign ourselves. Don't get discouraged. Don't get frustrated. Don't get upset. Realign, readjust, get back on your right path to where you were going. Think back to the beginning of the year. Think back to January. And a lot of it, I think, came up for a lot of us in July, when we really had in Leo season. But this also goes back into the beginning of the year as well, getting us back to where we were during that time. So I hope this helps. And now let's watch the video for Mars conjunct Jupiter in the sign of Gemini. And please check out my website, cosmicallylit.com. I'm going to make sure it's around here somewhere. Get on my newsletter. That's going to be the best way to get in touch with me.